Enhance your experience by becoming a supporting member. Gain access to unseen videos and video requests. 3-day free trial by visiting zionmembership.com. Ones, empaths, you actually don't need to grieve the relationship. Now, I know it might be easier said than done, right? But talking from experience, you don't need to grieve the relationship with the narcissist involved in your life. I know that it may sting, right? I know that it may sting, right? Because you're coming to terms with the fact that this narcissist was a phony and everything like that, right? But there's one thing that I want to assure you before I address what I want to bring forth in this video. Like, for example, let's talk about like the love bomb, right? Or the love that they gave you, right? That you thought was real, that you thought you were in a healthy relationship, right? You need to understand that everything with a narcissist is to do with supply. That is the mindset of the narcissist. They want to, endure. Is endure the right word? They want to receive supply from you, right? So the love bomb, right? They were wooed by you, right? They were wooed by you. How else can I put it? They did admire you, right? They saw you as someone that could fulfill that role as someone that could give enormous amounts of supply source, right? And that's their version of love, right? They saw you as that, right? And they did, in their own warped, twisted, horrible, deranged, sadistic way, they did actually love you for that. And they did idolize you for that. And that's why the narcissist was able to do the love bomb so effectively and efficiently in the beginning. You have to understand that I don't want you circulating in your mind thinking that, oh, the narcissist is with the new supply now and they're love bombing them in the same way. Listen, the love bomb changes. They can't love bomb everyone the same, right? And they won't be able to love bomb these new suppliers that are toxic as hell. One, because the toxic as hell person that they're with or narcissist that they're with now might figure them out. Also, the toxic person doesn't produce and stimulate them the same way that you once did, right? So you have to understand that the narcissist that was involved in your life won't feel stimulated by the new supply the same way they felt stimulated by you. So in their own weird, delusional, warped way, they did love you and they believe that they loved you, right? They don't know how to love in the real meaning of the word love, like love for the other. They don't know how to do that. They love for themselves. They love you because of how it makes them feel, right? It's a big difference. Real love is love for the other. You love to give. You give to the other. You love. It's a reciprocal thing. But they love for themselves, for what you do for them, right? And that's why you don't take anything at face value. Now, I know this might sting, but you don't need to actually grieve the relationship whatsoever. I know you're going to go through the grieving process, right? You're naturally going to go through the grieving process, but the more and more time that you heal effectively, you'll start to realize that you don't need to grieve this relationship whatsoever. No matter how long it's lasted, decades, it doesn't matter, right? You actually don't need to grieve it, right? Because what you was basically dealing with, right, is someone that wasn't presenting themselves at face value at all, right? Everything was a motive, everything was an agenda, everything was a manipulation from the beginning, from the love bomb, throughout the duration of the relationship, to the discard or reverse discard or however else it ended. Everything was a manipulation. Even if you cut them off, it was a manipulation, right? They had a motive with every single thing, right? The love bomb at the beginning, the texts that they sent you, the phone calls, the long phone calls, the texts, the I love you was used as a tool of deception. Everything was to produce supply from you, so you give them supply, right? That's basically what they were searching for the whole time. They're fiending around, let me say this to them, then they'll give me supply. Oh, Let me do this. Let me do this. Let me do that. Then they'll give me supply. Let me do this. Let me do that. Then they'll give me supply. They're just fiending out for the empath supply and the chosen one supply. They're just fiends, right? Just fiending around for the supply source. It's basically what's happening. Please press the like and the subscribe button. Help your brother out. It would take 2 seconds of your time. Just like this video is showing up for you. Help it show up for someone else in the community. Remember, if you need advice on a specific situation, you can always reach out for a one-to-one session with me. The link is in the description box. But like I was saying, they're fiending. They were just fiending for supply all the time from you, right? And it's why it's so draining, you know, being involved in a relationship with these parasites is honestly so draining, because every single thing has a twist and a turn and an agenda, you know, from the arguments you had. You know, you would have been, you know, look, like I said, from the love bomb throughout the whole duration to the ending of the relationship, however it ended, right? You know, everything was an agenda and a motive. These you know, these times when the narcissist was upset and then you tried to help them, you know, the narcissist was just manipulating you so you give them supply. The time when the narcissist was angry and you got into a heated argument, the narcissist is what fancied a bit of negative supply that day. You know, this is what they're like. They just want supply from you, you know. And the thing is you're so in motion and in tune with this relationship, like it's a healthy relationship, it's someone you love, it's reciprocal, they love you, and they do love you in a weird delusional way, don't get me wrong, they do love you, you know, they still love you even after the relationship's over, they loved the supply that you produce for them, that's basically what they love you over, right? So, but they done this day in and day out, you know, the arguments, the drama, the chaos, the times when they're unhappy. You know, you were dealing with this person as if they were a human being. And to be quite honest, they're so far from human, it's unreal. You know, so you were dealing with this person like, you know, loving them like they're a human being. You know, empathizing with them, helping them with their problems like they're a human being. In arguments or disagreements, you were speaking your vocal points, trying to reach a resolution like they're a human being. And they move the goalposts, they manipulate more and more and more, they have an agenda, and the agenda is basically to get the most amount of supply from you at each and every given time, right? And it doesn't stop. This is the thing, it doesn't stop, right? Even after the relationship, you know, all the everything, every single minute thing that happened in that relationship had an agenda and a motive behind the narcissist. This is how they operate. Nothing was transparent. Nothing was transparent. It all had a hidden motive. Even the truths that they told you, right? I should have probably said this earlier. Even the truths that they told you had a hidden motive and a hidden agenda. Perhaps they told you truths to get your boundaries down. For example, I'm just using one example, you know, but every single little thing, the truths they tell, because they do tell truths as well, as much as they lie, they do tell truths. They do say some truths, you know, not hard truths, but they do say some truths. Everything had a motive and an agenda, right? And this is why, leading up to the, you know, where you feel the sting of the relationship ending and you're maybe grieving the relationship ending, you have to understand it hasn't stopped. It hasn't stopped, you know, whether they've discarded you, reverse discarded you. It was an agenda. It was a motive, you know. It was an agenda to discard you, you know, to put you in a vulnerable position, to make you beg for them back, to make you needy, to convert your source of supply. Whether they reverse discarded you as an agenda and a motive, you know, to put you in a vulnerable position, same way, you know. If you cut them off, they had an agenda and a motive with all of the toxic behavior, which led up to you cutting them off, you know. Everything is an agenda and a motive with them. You know, and it doesn't stop. So even after the relationship goes on, even after the relationship's ended, sorry, my bad, You know, the agendas and the motives don't stop. They continue on, right? They provoke you. They do indirect hoovers. They do direct hoovers. They provoke you. They do these things. And even the actual ending of the relationship itself is an agenda and a motive, you know, most likely to put you in a vulnerable position, to make you needy, to make you in pain, to make you hurt, because they have sadistic pleasures, right? You know, all of these, the things that they enjoy is not just positive supply. They have sadistic pleasures. They enjoy negative supply. They enjoy positive supply. They enjoy the sadistic supply. They enjoy all of these supply sources. So on each and every given day, they used to wind you up. They used to calm you down. They used to do these things. You know, they would love you, to show you love. They would do all of these things to try and stimulate their senses of what they desired, you know? So, and with the chosen one and an empath, you give so much. You honestly give so much. Please don't ever put yourself down. You gave and gave and gave so much to these individuals, these narcissists in your life. You gave so much, and they're just not going to find this with other supplies, you know? They're not going to find this. So you honestly don't need to grieve, right? You just need to realize and embrace the fact that this whole thing was a motive and an agenda, right? And I know that might sting you a little bit, and it's easier said than done, but really you need to take it like, God damn, this narcissist actually went to all that trouble to try and get supply from you when they didn't really need to. They didn't actually need to do all of this manipulation to you. It was actually time wasted, you know? It was actually time wasted, you know? They didn't need to manipulate you to get supply. They could have got supply anyway. It was all wasted, you know? It was all wasted, you know. But the fact of the matter is, they like to antagonize you. They like to wind you up. They like to provoke you. They like to do these things, right? It's because they like negative supply, and they like sadistic supply. You know, their loving supply they could have got from you day in and day out, but they wanted to wind you up and antagonize you and do these things to produce other forms of supply. So just understand, you don't need to grieve this relationship. You need to take it as what it is. They're a snake. They're a fake. And they had agendas and motives throughout the whole duration of the relationship. Every little thing, every little inkling was an agenda and a motive from them. Every single thing. From the love bomb, all throughout the relationship, the gaslighting, the devaluation, the abuse that you went through, to the discard, reverse discard, or even when you cut them off. Everything was a motive and an agenda. Every single thing from them, right? Everything has a motive. Everything has an agenda. Everything is manipulation. That's how they function. So anyway, thanks for listening today. Please press the like and the subscribe button. If you want to donate, you don't have to, but if you'd like to support the channel, you can. Links in the description box below. For more narcissism-based content, check out our other channel. Links in the description box. Please visit the forums. One of them is Tips to Heal, and I'd love to find out what helps you on your journey. Please book a healing session with me if you need advice or some light shed on your situation. The Empath Monthly group meeting is coming up at the end of the month. Limited space is available. There's a WhatsApp group for survivors to stay in touch. I'm also doing email consultations if you need a plan of action. The links for all I've mentioned are in the description box below. If you'd like to know more about You Can Believe the Narcissist Doesn't Want You Back, but you've fallen into the trap they set, click this video here. So anyway, I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.